Struggling to get your monthly listeners up on Spotify? You're not alone, but here's the hard truth. If your Spotify profile isn't moving, labels aren't listening and promoters aren't booking. I recently interviewed Graham Sahara, a label manager who runs 25 dance music record labels, including the labels Do Not Sleep, Sydney Charles' Heavy House Society, Melee's Club Bad, Eats Everything's Edible Records, Josh Butler's Origins Records, and many, many more. And here's what he said. Monthly listeners show the paying public wants your music. Beatport number ones don't mean what they used to, because only DJs buy music. Everyone else streams it. So today I'm breaking down the 5 most effective strategies for boosting your monthly listeners, making your Spotify profile do what it should, grow your audience, and unlock career opportunities. But before I dive in, if you want a step-by-step breakdown with these examples, I've put together a free ebook called The Ultimate Spotify Growth Guide. Just drop Spotify in the comments, or I'll link to it in the description, and I'll send you that link. Now, there's a false belief that getting signed to a label is the finish line. The new reality is labels already want artists who bring momentum. If you want to collaborate with the right labels, get signed, or land gigs, you need a listener base. Monthly listeners are your first proof of demand. So, number 1, collaborate to multiply your reach. This is the number 1 growth hack for monthly listeners. Why, Graham, I hear you saying? Because collaboration helps you borrow reach, blend fan bases, and boost algorithm exposure. The right label will push your music further through Spotify playlists, followers, and promotional networks. The real trick is not all labels focus on Spotify. Some still chase Beatport charts, so do your homework. Check out the label's last 10 to 15 releases. Are they doing real Spotify numbers? Are the artists growing on their platform? Lean into the labels that have proven that they can drive streaming success. Graham Sahara also nailed it. Streaming is everything now for the touring DJs. Promoters want paying punters, and punters stream music, and they do it on Spotify. Your Spotify stats are your entry ticket to that label partnership. Working with another producer or vocalist can add extra creativity and, more importantly, extra fans. Your track now hits 2 release radars, 2 profiles, and doubles its discoverability, and it's what the biggest names in the business do. Take Mistajam. He had a track idea. He brought his track to John Newman, who's a vocalist and a singer and producer, and he had at the time 8 million monthly listeners. They loved the result. Then John said, hey, let's ask David Guetta to join this party. And then boom, Guetta joined with his 17 million monthly listeners, a huge social reach. That track today has done over 175 million streams. Think about it. If you see your favorite artist's name next to someone else's name, you're gonna check it out, right? And that's how you borrow trust. That's what makes collabs so effective. So how do you make them happen? First, get clear on the goals for the track. Do you need help finishing it? Or do you want to extend the reach beyond your current fan base? That will kind of tell you who to approach. If you're just starting out, look kind of sideways. Artists at a similar level and vibe to you. Maybe they're based in another city or country, which gives you a kind of geographic crossover and mashup. You can actually meet them in my Discord server. It's wicked. This is where producers drop unfinished tracks, give feedback, and connect. It's so good. I've seen so many collaborations over the last 4 years in my Discord server. Some start because they heard a vibe that matched their own and just reached out. We actually had one the other day. 2 producers met in my Discord. They submitted tracks to my demo streams. They heard each other's tracks during the demo feedback sessions. And these are on Mondays and Wednesdays with my superstar assistant, Loseka. Then they teamed up to make this new collaboration. And the same thing happens in my weekly Artist Blueprint group calls. Someone else is great at drums. Someone else has mad melodies and skills in that space. Or someone's a vocalist and they can then bring that to the table. And they team up, and the result, a stronger track with a wider reach. Or you can go offline, hit smaller gigs and local events, and meet producers in your scene, in your local area. These people are just often one collab away from breaking through. And who knows, you might be the missing piece they need too. So now you've got collaborations working for you. Let's talk about the next underrated but powerful way to grow your monthly listeners. Number 2, get your track into as many playlists as possible. Now, once you've got that collab and your track ready, your next job is to get it in as many playlists as humanly possible. But don't just wait for editorial placement to save you, unless you're doing 10,000 plus streams in the first few weeks. It's probably not happening right now, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Always pitch your track through Spotify for Artists. Even if you don't get on a big editorial playlist, that pitch unlocks release radar, meaning every follower you have can hear your new track. And here's the part that most artists don't know. You can be added to editorial playlists up to 4 or 5 weeks after your track drops. So the first month after release is everything. This is why I always say you need 2 weeks of build up before the release and at least 4 weeks of focused push after the release is out. And anything that comes out between that period, you're just cannibalizing your own momentum. You've got to go hard. DMs, emails, short form content, collaborations, all of it. Back to what Graham Sahara told me. There are no label profiles on Spotify. It's all about the artist. The artist has to be the lead push. He said if he's going to pitch a track to the DSP editors, which is places like Spotify, the artist needs to sell it to him first. So don't just rely on a label. Own the promotion yourself. You've got to build your own momentum and prove your track is worth backing. Because right now, playlisting is about performance, and performance is artist-led. Number 3, build your own playlist and make it rank. Now, while you're pushing for other people to playlist your track, don't forget the one playlist you control 100%, your own. This is one of the easiest wins most artists ignore. You can create a playlist that features your latest track, surrounded by heaters from artists in your lane, and position it as a discovery tool for fans of that sound. Here's how to make it work. Title it for searchability. Think Best Tech House 2025, Kitchen Rave 2025, After Party Bangers, Drum and Bass Rollers, Deep House Essential, Techno Workout. These type of names rank in the Spotify search because it's what people are searching for, and it's going to attract genre-focused fans. Slot your tracks in mid-playlist. Don't put it first. Let it blend in naturally with the other bangers in that playlist, so it feels like part of the vibe. Update it weekly and keep it fresh so followers stay engaged. And so the algorithm sees it's active as well. It's not just about the streams either. A strong playlist is an actual asset. It keeps building over time and gives you another way to funnel your fans and listeners to your profile with every single release. When a fan feels like they've discovered a track inside a playlist they love, they're far more likely to save it, follow that artist, and come back for more essentially. If you're collaborating with other artists or working with a label, feature all of you in the same playlist. You'll all benefit from that shared exposure. Now, if this is all making sense and you're thinking, okay, I get it, but how do I really connect the dots between all of this? If you're loving this and want to go deeper, I'm running a free training called the Artist Accelerator. In it, I break down 2 of the biggest unlocks for growing on Spotify and social media. We'll cover how to use collaborations to open bigger doors, grow an audience that actually streams your music, and connect the dots between Spotify, Instagram, and your release strategy. If you're serious about turning your momentum into real growth, you need to see this free training. Click the link in the description to register for the next one, or comment AA in the comments and I'll ping you the link. It's completely free, it's really tactical, and it's helped hundreds of artists get clear on their next steps forward. So now that you've got your own playlist working for you, let's take it a step further. Because one of the fastest ways to get people onto that playlist and turn that into repeat listeners is with smart ads. Let's break down how we're going to do that. Number 4, use ads to grow your playlist followers and streams. So you built your own playlist, but how do you actually get people to find it? One of the most effective ways right now is Instagram and Facebook story ads. Short, snappy video that play a teaser of your track and then send people straight to your playlist or the Spotify link. Now, how do we do that? I know what you're thinking. Ads sound complicated. And you'd be right. If you just try and jump straight into Meta Business Manager cold, it's like stepping into a cockpit. So many switches, knobs, levers, targeting options, numbers, pixel setups, the works. It's enough to make your head spin. But here's where it gets interesting. Hyped has a built-in AI ad creator specifically for music artists. You just plug in your track, your playlist, pick a few similar artists, and it builds the full campaign for you. It picks the countries, it chooses the fan demographics, it builds the video, it writes the text, and connects all of the tracking and launches it for you. No need to open Meta. It's a great starting point if you're just starting out new to ads and you want to see results quickly. And growing your playlist with this strategy is a massive, massive win. Because once your playlist has followers, every new release gets that instant exposure. Once you've tested it and you're ready to take things further, then learn how to run ads manually using Meta Business Manager. And inside the Artist Blueprint, we teach you how to exactly to do that. We go into the cockpit, we show you how to use all the switches, how to control the targeting, how to scale smartly, how to run campaigns, how to use targeted audiences and get a much better return on investment than any AI ad could do. If you drop Hyped It in the comments, I'll send you a link to get set up on Hyped It for yourself. And you can use Hyped It for all your download gates, your smart links, and I've done a whole video on that too. It shows you how to set one up and how to use it to grow your followers and your email list. Number 5, don't just post your track. Create curiosity content that leads to streams. Let's be real, everyone's posting short form content. To try and cut through the noise is quite difficult. But if you're just posting 15-second clips of your artwork, of your track, or a waveform visual, that's not cutting through the mustard these days. That's essentially just a flyer. It's not making anyone care. It's good as a simple part of the strategy, but it's not creating curiosity. It's just adding to that noise layer. If you want short form content that's actually going to make people stop scrolling, here's a better approach. Think of your content as your trailer, not the movie. You're not going to give them everything. You're giving them just enough to make them curious. Just enough for them to want to hear the full track. And here's where the storytelling comes in. And I don't just mean post a video with, oh no, slapped over the top of it, or writing a novel. It means showing where the track has come from, what inspired it, why it matters to you, why did you write it, and how it fits into your journey as an artist. I.e., this was version 7, I scrapped everything until I hit this drop right. I made this the day after my first festival set. I wanted to bottle that high. This is the first track in a 4-part story I'm telling through sound. Each one is a chapter. When people connect to the story, they don't need a link. They'll search for you. And if they see the same track popping up across a few different pieces of content, each telling a different part of the story, they'll open Spotify or SoundCloud and go and find that track. Not because you told them to, but because they're now emotionally invested. That's how storytelling in 2025 drives streams. Not, oh no, spam. Not desperate links. Just meaning, curiosity, repetition. Delivered through content. If you're still here watching, you're not just casually scrolling. You're someone who actually wants to build something real. You've got the music. You're learning the strategy. Now it's time to put it all together. That's exactly why I created the Artist Blueprint. It's my full coaching program for DJs and music producers who want to grow their Spotify the right way. Master Instagram and SoundCloud and content strategies. It's a full artist development program. They're going to teach you how to run proper ads and not just the guesswork. It shows you all the how-tos, from getting your music signed to the right labels and building a brand that actually leads to gigs and long-term fans. It's the same system I've helped artists go from their bedrooms from 100 monthly listeners to tens of thousands of monthly listeners and land support from major record labels and artists, and then get plays at festivals and in big playlists. You'll also get weekly group calls with me, and they're the best. I love them every single week. They're brilliant. A full community of artists who literally are growing together. And if you're serious about leveling up, now is the time to jump in and start on the Artist Blueprint. Hit the link in the description or comment the word blueprint and I will send you a link to jump on a call with me to chat to see if the course is right for you. Let's build something that lasts. If you're starting to think more about storytelling, but also want to know how to grow your Spotify using Instagram, then you're going to want to watch this video next. I'll show you how to use Instagram to drive real traffic to your Spotify and build your fan base on Spotify using Instagram and turn your monthly listeners into real fans. I'll see you in this one. See you over there. Cheers. Bye-bye.